Hey guys, this is Mike Howerton at Area 51. And, we just had our podcast there for the Alien Factory Weekly podcast, 10 p.m. on Sunday nights. And our guest this week was Mike Ouellette from Major's Garage. And it was an amazing podcast. However, we had a couple of technical difficulties, one of which was the podcast, the live stream to YouTube crashed 45 minutes into the podcast. That included like a 10-minute intro where we just had the logo up on the screen so that everybody could get logged into it. So really, we only got the first 35 minutes of this podcast that went about an hour and 15 minutes. However, Nurse Bobby on our team was also on the podcast, and he was broadcasting it live as well at the same time. So we were able to recover the footage from that last segment of the podcast there from Nurse Bobby's channel. However, the audio had some synthesized music that YouTube for some reason stuffed into it there, and so I ran that through a AI analyzer to remove that background music, and we were actually able to recover and salvage the last segment of the podcast of Mike Ouellette, and that's what I'm releasing to you guys right now, is that last segment of the podcast. And there's a little bit of audio distortion or issue in it at certain points that is a little rough, but it's not that bad. And but the content was just awesome. I mean, what Mike is talking about, the Alien Pass, like what they're trying to do, how they're trying to help the community is just really awesome. And so I thought it was worth a watch. So I'm putting that up right now. We're going to go ahead and cut to it right now. And I would just ask you to bear through the small audio issues that's in there to get through the whole thing, because this interview with Mike is great. And what Major's Garage is trying to do with this Alien Pass is just completely awesome. And they really want to help out the community. So without further ado, we'll just kick it straight over into the last segment of our Alien Factory podcast, episode 2. So with that mindset, Mike, let's start talking about the Alien Pass. Chat me up on that. Like, what's going on with it? What we got trying to talk about?
Right. So basically, what you described, I mean, pretty well, is what we're going for. Is one of the things that we have even on our coaching page is, we tell our customers, look, you probably came to us to get a setup, but what you really came to us for was to get faster, right? I mean, if you just think of it brass tacks, that's really the bottom line. Is people come to us to get faster. They want faster laps. They want better races. They want more wins, et cetera, et cetera. They want to get better. And as you said, the most long-lasting way to do that is through coaching. It's with somebody who knows what they're doing, and to learn from them, to mimic them, et cetera. And so that's what the Alien Pass is designed to do.
Well, so let's talk about that for this one. So coaching, you're absolutely right, I'm with you. And but let's talk about the state of coaching right now. So there are a lot of reasons that people don't go that extra mile and get coaching is because it's cost prohibitive. Like they're like, I can't afford to spend $50 for 1 hour and do that 4 times a month to try to get better, right? Like it's a cost prohibitive thing.
You're right, absolutely correct. So, and people weigh that initial cost as opposed to looking at it as an investment, number one. But number two, one of the things that we talked about was the just the sheer number, the volume of shops that have sprung up in the last year, really. But that's the good thing that's done, is that has sort of stabilized pricing on at least coaching a little bit, and it's sort of come down. So to more of a reasonable right. Price. And it's okay, guys want to charge more, that's fine. And if they feel like they have a premium service and people are willing to pay for it, that's fine. No problem. But to your point, the Alien Pass was designed to hopefully alleviate some of that initial price shock in terms of getting coaching. And so, for $30 a month, $29.99, right now you can get 3 coachings a week if you wanted. You can partake in as many or few as you want to. So the price per coaching is pretty low. It's a group session, but again, the number of pass holders in that category is low enough that it's pretty We've had a couple one-on-one sessions. We've had a couple with 2 or 3 people. So that's not a huge group. Let's put it that way.
I was telling people in my first thoughts of the Alien Pass, like, hey, I was like, if nobody else shows up, it would be one-on-one. So that's happened.
Well, that's happened. That's happened already. So, and that's obviously that's good. We don't want that to be all the time, but that's good. But the purpose of the coaching in the Alien Pass, and really my vision of it is, one-on-one coaching is tailored for you, right? The student in that particular case. With sometimes as a student, and again, as somebody who's not very good, I can really relate to this, and I can really understand. You don't know what you don't know. And so you don't know what to even ask. You don't know when the coach asks you, well, what do you want to work on? Well, I don't know. I want to be faster. Well, that's pretty generic. So with the Alien Pass, what we want to have happen, and what is happening, is the coaches will come up with a topic for the for the session, and it'll be very specific. It'll be something that can benefit anybody really, regardless of discipline. Is the idea, and then they can take that information. At the end of the session, there's a Q&A, so they can ask the coaches specific questions, and that's fine. But we want to give them some information that they maybe hadn't thought about, and to get better. Secondarily, once you've done a few of these coachings, maybe you find that you really gel with a particular coach. You never have known that, right? If you were buying one-on-one coaching, because you're going to pick one person and go with that person, because you're not going to buy one-on-one coaching from 100 different people. So the idea is that, we've got a stable of coaches. You might get coaching from, 4, 5, 6 different people over the course of a few weeks, and you might find one that you really gel with, and that person could actually then become your actual coach long term. Maybe, who knows? Doesn't matter. As long as they're getting something out of the session is the most important thing. But that's the idea behind it. And ultimately, what we want is to have enough subscribers that we're offering coaching every day, and then somebody who was crazy enough could jump in on all of them. Right? It would be essentially a limited type of a deal. So the only thing that's limited right now is just the number of sessions that we do. But anybody can jump into any of them.
Mm-hmm. So you said 3 sessions a week. That equals to 12 a month. So what you're getting now is you're getting for $30 a month, you're getting your all access pass, which costs $10 a month anyway, right? So you're getting all the all access pass setups to everything you guys build for $10 a month. That's included. So you're only talking about an additional $20 if you're already a subscriber. So now the price proposition's gotten a little better, right? Because now instead of it being $30, you're only talking about being another $20. Dude, I go out and eat lunch sometimes that costs me $50. So really, I mean, I'm out there thinking, if you're sitting there at like 1,200 iRating, 1,000, 1,200, 1,500 even, and you're struggling. You're like, I want to get better. And if you're already, if you're that, and you already subscribe to Major's Garage anyway for that $10 for the all access, my goodness. I mean, you're talking about 2 lunches at most, lunch and a half. And you're going to get 12 training sessions, 12 coaching sessions a month. For me, it's a no-brainer. I think that if I personally was sitting in that position, that's a steal of the year.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I couldn't really say it any better. But so we've had a lot of people that are very interested in it, dipping their toe in, and it'll keep growing. It's gonna keep growing. And so I'm all in on this concept, and I think this is the best way to go long term.
Well, hey, I was talking the other night. I'll kind of end with this note. I was like, so including that raise from 50% of zero to 100% of zero. Right. I told him, I said, I love teaching, I love coaching. Me and Tracy said, if you ever are in need of a coach to do some of these sessions, I'd love to teach. I'd love to help out. So who knows? Maybe one day you'll see Mr. Excitement in one of those Alien Pass coaching sessions.
That's true. That could happen. It should happen.
I'll make the coaching session exciting.
God forbid.
Oh, guys, it's been a good podcast. It's been a good week in iRacing. Richmond's been a little rough. We're heading to Martinsville this week and all the NASCAR stuff. So, man alive, you think people were bumper to bumper and bumping around in Richmond, you haven't seen nothing yet. I'm probably going to do 1 or 2 and be done and go race some F3s. Guys, thanks for sticking through us through that rough audio in that podcast from episode 2. But I really wanted to get that out there about the Alien Pass and have Mike talk about it. Great value there. Just $30 a month gets you 12 coaching sessions a month in whatever car, whatever series it is you're driving in. Plus, other things they're doing there in coaching with those coaching sessions. They're covering different topics with different coaches. And I think that if you have, like I said in the video, if you have an I rating of 1,000 to around 1,000, 1,500, you're like, or 2,000, you're like, I want to get better. You're going to pick up more speed by doing things like these coaching sessions and driver development than you ever will with a setup right now. Now, once you get to 2,500 to 3,000 I rating, then yeah, a setup is going to start to really matter to the way you drive and to your speed on the track. But I would encourage you to go ahead and check out this Alien Pass that they're offering. Again, that gets you their entire all-season pass catalog of driver setups. That's their mid-tier setups that they offer. For most cars, that's their highest level of setup that they offer is the driver level setup. And that gets you their entire all-season pass, which is a $10 value per month anyway. So it's only $20 more a month if you're already subscribing in order to be a member and get this Alien Pass with all these coaching sessions. They said 12 a month right now. That's 3 per week. They're talking about basically making it unlimited, allowing you guys to request subject matters that you would like to have some coaching on, and they could do a session, a group session on that. So glad you guys stuck with us through that. If you want to go check out Majors Garage, right down in the description below, I have an affiliate link to Majors Garage. And the way that works is you click on that affiliate link, and for the next 30 days after clicking on the affiliate link, anything you purchase, like any single setup that you purchase from Majors Garage, or your first month subscription, if you go ahead and subscribe to either the Alien Pass or the All Access Pass, any of their other passes they have there, we will get a commission back here at the channel to be able to help us grow. So that's greatly appreciated. Gives us a little bit of help and supports us. Doesn't really cost you anything extra at all just by clicking that link down there. If you're going to go to Majors Garage anyway and subscribe to one of their subscriptions, I highly recommend the Alien Pass. And and after you guys get, say your I rating gets up, you do the Alien Pass, you stick with it for 3, 4, 5 months, and you really start to grow. You see a huge increase. You see your I rating going from, say, 1,000 or 1,200 up to 2,500 or so. Okay, at that point, maybe we'll have a different conversation. Maybe at that point we'll say, all right, well, maybe you need some one-on-one coaching. Maybe you need to find a team at that point, because you can get a lot of one-on-one with a team, with your teammates, that can really help you out. And then you're looking at setup. I want the absolute fastest setup on edge that I can get to be as fast as I can in the races. Well, then we're talking about either learning to build, getting on a team that builds, purchasing some of the one-off setups and the one-off setup shops that we mention here a lot of times, like Ryco, Pay to Win, Elite Performance Industry. A lot they go by EPI, and then there's other ones. Maconi Setup Shop. Jeff Maconi gives us a promo code to help you guys out if you want to purchase anything from his setup shop. It's down in the description below as well. But then it's a different conversation. Then we're talking about, okay, now maybe you need to get some one-on-one. And really a cool thing is the EPI does. Everybody does their own thing that's cool and probably better than other people. So everybody's got their one thing they do better, or two things. And it's different with each setup shop or setup service or garage, whatever you want to call it. And one of the cool things EPI does is they got a really active Discord community that I've noticed. And I'll cover this in my review that I'm getting ready to do. I'm going to do EPI. I think I'm going to start with Pay to Win and do them first. And then I'll do EPI second, and then I'll probably move on to Ryco and a few of the others. But one thing that EPI has is a very active Discord community. Their builders are in there a lot. Their team drivers are in there a lot. And you can get a lot of one-on-one, I wouldn't say coaching, but definitely some group and one-on-one instruction, and they'll probably go out and turn laps with you and do some of that. And that's a pretty cool thing that they have, is that really active and learning environment in their Discord. So maybe at that point, we would talk more about along those lines. But I think the Alien Pass is a perfect place to start. Until your I rating gets above 2,500, I think that's where you need to be. After that, let's have a conversation. We'll talk about your next steps in your path here in iRacing and driver development. So really, that's all I have for the podcast, this short for the podcast today. And I really appreciate you guys sticking through us to the rough audio. That was a technical problem on our part, here on my part, and I apologize for that. I really apologize to our guest, Mike Ouellette. His segment got chopped up there with that audio, but I was able to salvage it, got that out to you guys. It was really good content. Remember, go down and hit the subscribe button if you have not already. The most important thing you can do if you want to help us here at Area 51 is to share our videos and get them out there. Share them on Facebook, on Twitter, on Discord, anywhere you can share the videos. We're trying to help as many people as possible and grow the channel here. And the more faces we can get, the more eyes we can get these videos in front of, the better and the more it's going to help our channel. And really, we're helping others who are out there racing as well. And we're going to help your fellow iRacers out. So please share the videos. It's much appreciated. And down below, there's also a bell icon. You can click that. And every time we go live with one of our live streams, or our great on-demand content series we have, like Intro to Setup Building, Setup Shop Review series, a lot of the tips and how-to videos that we're putting up. You'll get notified anytime any content goes up here on the channel. So we really appreciate you guys being with us here for this podcast short series that we have with this conversation about the Alien Pass being offered over at Major's Garage. So again, this is Mike Howerton for everyone here at Area 51. We really appreciate you being with us. And as always, we will see you in the next one.